Hey, what's up? I'm Travis.
And I'm Tyler.
And we are
Twisted Transcription Studios.
Today, we're going to build a rig on a budget.
Today we're starting off with a $500 budget. We're going to talk about two different price ranges. First one being $500 and the second one being $1,000. I'm kicking it off with drums. For the under or $500 and under set, I would recommend the Mapex Tornado. It's $350. It's got a 9-ply shell. It comes with a crash ride and hi-hats. They're probably shit though. You beat them a couple times and you're going to beat the hell out of them.
Beat them.
Alright, they do come with thrones and stands though, so that's a plus. You can use them for what I'm about to tell you next. Throw them stands out, like I just said. Get you some Sabians. Sabian SPR. They're cheap. You get you a 14-inch hi-hat and an 18-inch crash ride. It's the same thing that comes with that, but a lot better for not much more money. It's only $135. Add them together, yeah, got $485.
Just on the cusp. I mean, right there.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess it's my turn next.
That is, yep.
So it's a little bit tougher on the guitars because to stay under 500, you're really not going to get a gigging quality. I mean, guys, that's where I got it easy. I mean, you get any drum set and you can go play a show in it.
Yeah.
Might sound like shit, but as a guitarist, it's harder because your amps are smaller and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, starting off with guitars themselves, I would personally recommend a Squier Bullet, $99 to $150, depending on what style you get. They have HHS style pickups, single cools, or humbuckers. Or you can pick up the Epiphone Les Paul Special. It's around $120 as well. Dual humbuckers. Both of them are pretty good guitars.
Good classic look with it.
Yeah. You kind of, the fretwork might not be perfect, and they're budget guitars. It is what it is. As for amps, you can pick up either the Boss Katana. It's the MK2 version. It's 50 watt. It's going to be a great kind of bedroom set. It's got all your sounds and stuff in it, so if you want to sound like Slipknot, maybe you can try. If you want to sound like Metallica, sure, you can do it. That kind of deal. If you want to even think about gigging, maybe, you could probably gig with the Katana if somebody might it. Yeah. But for that tubey kind of sound, you might want to go with a Joyo Zombie. It runs like 118. Oh, yeah, the Katana runs 229, by the way. But the Joyo runs 118-ish, as well as get a Harley Benton 1x12. It's got a Celestion Minus 30 in it. It's a great speaker. You get them from Thomann. Look it up. Great cabs. But at that point, you're in that 350 to 450 range. It's kind of hard to nail down depending on which way you go.
Yeah. So, from there, we're doing 1,000. I'm gonna let you start that off too.
Nice. That's an even tougher range for a guitarist because
that's where you sacrifice getting either a good guitar or a good cab.
Good amp, good cab. Yeah. You're really stuck, and you're especially stuck if you want to go full size tube head, because a lot of your tube heads are gonna be
close to
500 and up. 500 and up, and
so that's half of it right there.
Exactly. Like the Bugera G5, I think it was right around 249. That's an okay tube head. It's small. A lot of people have used them. They're good quality. You could go with, again, the Joyo Zombie. It's a little tiny hybrid deal, or the Orange Tiny Terra. Both those run like that 150, 160 range, and then get you a larger cab to go under it. Maybe a Harley Benton 4x12. I keep bringing up Harley Benton, but they are the cheapest cabs with the best speakers you can get. They come out of England. I don't know how they do it. You can't even buy the speakers that are in them for as cheap as what you bought the cab. Don't know how you can do it. But you could go with the Ignitor Tweaker. It's a half stack. It's like $649, and then sacrifice on your guitar. Go with like an ESP LTD 256.
It's still got a good sound though.
It's still a good guitar. I've owned. I got an ESP EC. I think it's one of the 500. They don't make them no more. But it's a good guitar. That one runs $329. Personally, maybe I would go with like a Chapman guitar because they are superior quality at that kind of $500 range. Sometimes you can catch them on sale at Anderton's for like $450. Great time to jump on it. All of their styles sound great. They feel great. The fretwork's perfect. And go with either the Joyo or the Tiny Terror on top of that 4x12 or the 1x12, depending on your budget. But and you are skating by that $9.99. You can't get it shipped, kind of.
Yeah, no shipping. And
No
handling.
shipping and handling. But that's the life of a guitarist. You can't really build a excellent rig for under $1,000.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. We got it made in that department.
Yeah.
Only thing that eats us up is cymbals. My turn with $1,000. Going back to Mapex. I love Mapex. I played on Pearl all my life, but recently I've acquired Mapex, and they're just great. Mapex Mars series. It's a 5-piece set. It's made of birch, 6-ply shells. You get a 22 by 18 kick. Your first mounted tom will be 12 by 8. Then you got 2 floor toms. The first one being 14 by 12. The second one being 16 by 14. You also get a snare, which would be 14 by 6.5. Mapex is known for their snares. That's where I first come across them when I bought my Chris Adler signature. Great sound, good brand. Moving on to heads. The Aquarian. That's my favorite. I've played Remo, I've played Evans, I've played Aquarian. Aquarian's good. Remo's got a good, deep, solid sound. I really like them. I'm not a big fan of Evans. No offense. Aquarian though, man, it just cuts through the sound. It's
got a good spot in the mix.
I like them. They're durable. They last a long time.
Yeah.
They look cool. The Aquarian Reflector series, they're black, cool as hell. Get a 12-inch tom. 12-inch for your tom would be $18. Get a 14-inch for your other tom and your snare because you want to match. I do. I like all mine to look the same, but whatever.
Fast.
Yeah. They'll be $20 a piece. So that's $40. And then your 16-inch for your floor tom will be $27. Next up, you got your cymbals. I like Sabian. I played on Meinl. I really like Meinl, but Meinl's expensive. And if you're on a budget, you want something that's going to last.
Right. Meinl's always seem to be a little more fragile when you've had them.
Yeah. Same thing goes with Zildjian. You pay $200 for something and one cymbal, and it cracks in 6 months. That's just not cool for me.
Yeah, we're not rich enough to do that.
Yeah, if you weren't on a budget, roll with it. But the Sabian BAX is $310 for the pack. Comes with a 14-inch hi-hat, 16-inch thin crash, a 20-inch ride, and a 16-inch ozone. I've bought this pack myself 3 years ago. I don't have a crack on any of them except for the ozone, and it just recently cracked about...
And it's already got holes in it.
Yeah. About a month ago it started cracking, and I'm just going to play through it. Alright, next up you're going to need your stands for your cymbals. I went with PDP. They're cheap, they're durable. You don't have to have your matching Mapex stands, or if you're playing with Pearl or Ludwig, that's just a waste of money because they're more expensive. You can get the boom stands. They double as a straight stand or a boom stand.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like I did that. They're $38. You get 3 of them. You can get a Mapex hi-hat stand for $40 if you do want the match. Next, you're going to need your throne.
Gotta sit on something.
I got the PDP tractor style throne, $60. I forgot to mention how much the Mapex Mars cost. It is $400.
It's a pretty
Not
good
bad.
deal.
For a mid-grade kit, that's not bad.
Yeah.
And that wraps up my $1,000. That brings it up to $969.
Squeaking the edge, just like me.
Yep. But if you don't want to go the new route, you can always go to Facebook Marketplace, eBay, pawn shops, or Guitar Center. They got used section.
Right. And if just a little, go ahead with what you were saying. I'll come back to the used thing.
But if you get a used kit, you can find them all day long. I just saw one the other day. It had a 5-piece kit, and it come with like a ride, a crash, and hi-hats. And I mean, that's really all you need if you're just starting out. And you do that, you go that route, get you a double bass pedal. If you're playing metal or hard rock, you're gonna want double bass. I didn't have it when I first started out, and then I got one. I bought it from my cousin for like $30, and then I learned how to play it, and then I bought a new one. And the one I bought was the Pearl chain-driven Demon Drive. It's $200. It's got the longboard pedals. The only issue I have with it is the beaters, but they're not bad. Just spin them around, hit the plastic side, or you can get some lowboy beaters, and they're dope. They're the wood beaters, and they got a good solid sound. Just can't go wrong with them. That's all I got to say.
Right. On the used thing, as a drummer, say, of course you go to Guitar Center or somewhere like that. They're already gonna be checked out. Somebody's gonna have already looked at them.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed to get what you're paying for. As a beginner, what would you? I mean, as a expert, what would you tell a beginner to look for in a drum kit if they were buying it used?
Man, there's not much you can do with a used drum set. Like, there's not much that's going to be wrong.
Right.
Like, the heads may be shit, but just get you
Right.
some new heads. They're cheap.
What
I've
about
done,
like
been through that.
you would you recommend them to look at underneath the rings to see if there's
I just checked all the
Dips.
lugs, make sure they weren't cross-threaded or broke off, or no dents in the shells. Which there is. If there is a dent, it's not bad unless it's like a gaping hole. But just check it out. Like, make sure nothing's wrong. Make sure all the bends work, all the screws are loosened and tightened. I mean,
right. See, I guess y'all got it a little bit easier.
yeah.
Then. I mean,
Yeah, we ain't got the hardwired.
for me, if I was telling a beginner, somebody that's like, I'm gonna start playing guitar tomorrow, don't buy a used guitar. Just because, I mean, you don't know what's wrong with it. It's got all that junk going on inside. I mean, your pots might have, I mean, there's just a whole lot that can be wrong. Unless you know what you're looking for, I wouldn't recommend buying a used guitar. The fretboard, I mean, the frets could be worn, and I mean, just go to an online store or Guitar Center.
Sometimes it's better to buy new.
Pick one up and play it. That $120 price range, you can't go wrong. You're like, oh, but I could probably get a mid-range for $200 if I bought it used. Yeah, but it might be a piece of shit. I mean,
It's always that.
yep. Anyway, just a little side fun.
Breaking out the guitars.
Yes, this was my first guitar, my first real guitar.
Old Faithful.
And this is a tribute to show that you can play shows with a budget guitar. This fella was, I want to say, in like the $150 range. They don't make them no more. I was really edgy. You can tell it looks like Batman. But I mean, you can play shows with cheap gear. We did for every show we played almost.
Yeah.
So don't take it as, oh, I've got cheap gear, I can't play shows. People aren't going to make fun of you. You're up there making music, and they're not. So, I mean,
As long as your music sounds good. If you suck at music and your instruments are shit, you're just gonna get laughed at.
right. But anyway, I think that's about all we've got to say on this. Thanks for checking us out.
Check out our other videos. Also, check out our online store.
Yeah,
Link
we-
will be in below.
Yep, we
Down
got
below.
some fresh new merch, some shirts, some coffee mugs, stuff like that, so you
Hoodies.
can drink your not beer out of. And
Give us a like,
yep, drop a comment,
subscribe.
hit the bell.
See you next time.